You know the old saying, guys, when it rains, it pours. Well, it's raining buckets of karma for Tiffany Henyard. So the supervisor who once fired Stephanie Wiedemann is now watching as her former employee takes the covenant trustee seat that Henyard desperately hoped to fill with one of her cronies. And a big shout out, guys, to Reality Check TV Chicago. He is awesome with being in person and getting all of the footage for most of the meetings. So head over to his channel and check him out. And if you'd like to see the entire footage, I'll leave his link below in the description box. You can check it out there. But I'm just going to give you some commentary, guys. It's worth listening to from my perspective. I think Tiffany Henyard is in a lot of trouble. Well, Tiffany was notably absent, guys, at this Thornton Township meeting. Maybe she just had thrown in the towels and just conceded that none of her cronies would be voted in. But Stephanie Wiedemann, a name that must sting for Tiffany Henyard, who she fired, you know, and basically left her without a job to fend for herself. So Stephanie returned triumphantly, guys, elected as trustee by an overwhelming mandate from the township's electors. So the irony couldn't be more glaring. The very person that Tiffany dismissed is now poised to challenge her agenda from within. And if you would be so kind, guys, as to support me in my goal of reaching 10K by the end of February 2025, I would really appreciate it. Share the video, like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you as a part of the SC family. Now, back to our story. So the meeting was held January 21st, guys, 2025. That's today. And among the nominees were Stephanie Wiedemann and Charles Rayburn, I believe that was his name, and Carol Cook. Tiffany was nowhere to be found, notably absent, guys. And even if she was present, she had absolutely no chance of getting any of her cronies into, let me say, the open seat. So when the votes were counted, the result was a landslide. Stephanie secured the seat with an overwhelming majority, and Tiffany, I'm telling you, she's probably somewhere seething. She's so mad. But you know what, guys? I think she's probably up to something, but we'll talk about that a little later. So the people have spoken. Stephanie Wiedemann filled the open trustee position. So now it's Stephanie Wiedemann, it is Chris Gonzales, and Carmen Carlisle. Oh my goodness, Tiffany is probably throwing an absolute tantrum. Now, her absence at such a critical meeting, in my opinion, speaks volume. Was it a calculated move to avoid facing defeat in person? Or did she know her agenda would be overruled and chose not to witness it firsthand? Same thing. Either way, her absence was a glaring loss for her. So here's the optics, guys. With Stephanie now on the board, the dynamics have shifted dramatically, right? Tiffany is unofficially outnumbered, right? Trustees Carmen Carlisle, Chris Gonzales, both vocal opponents of Henyard's policies, now have a decisive ally, if you look at it like that, right? This marks a new chapter in Thornton Township's politics, one where Tiffany's agenda faces significant resistance. Now, the vibe and the energy in the room, guys, it was palpable. Like, this wasn't just a routine vote. It was a referendum on Henyard's leadership. Okay. The packed gymnasium reflected a community basically fed up with alleged mismanagement, financial irregularities, and unfulfilled promises, quite frankly. And it's no secret, guys, for months, Tiffany has faced criticism for alleged mismanagement of funds and a series of controversies that have alienated both residents and trustees. And Stephanie's election signals what I think is a collective demand for accountability and change. And I'm going to tell you that radio broadcast interview that Tiffany did with Cleopatra certainly did not help. So here's the $1,000,000 question. You always have a $1,000,000 question. Will Tiffany regroup and fight back, Or is this the beginning of the end for her reign in Thornton Township? So leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think. And if you would be so kind to assist in my goal to reach 10K by the end of February. So if you would like the video, share the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Southern Confidential. And I will see you next time.